So you're thinking about visiting Colombia? Well, in this video, I'll talk about my experience as I travel with two college friends to Medellin, Colombia. We arrived super late at night, and the next morning we had to be up super early to meet our tour guide and the rest of our group for an all-day tour. We started off with an hour and a half drive into the countryside and the mountains where we had a traditional Colombian breakfast. We were also given, a few moments to do some shopping and just getting to explore the area. Next, you're going to hear our tour guide talk about some of the sites.
Okay? It is located in 3 municipalities. El Peñol, Guatapé, and San Rafael. The dam is located in San Rafael. And also, guys, you can see the cross there. It is the point of reference where
So here you can hear our tour guide talk about this replica of Pinol City, which was purposely flooded in the 1970s to create the lake and the dam that currently exists in order to generate power for that community. There are also many small shops where you can purchase affordable souvenirs for your loved ones. Next, we were all lining up to go on the boat tour that was awaiting us. They had a lot of live music and snacks. The tour that I was a part of was pretty big. It was probably about 50 people, and our tour guide was very insightful. She gave a lot of history and background of the different sites that we were seeing. As you can see, there is Pablo Escobar ruined mansion that was destroyed by the cartel.
Places, and also the big house was the part where he used to have the bedrooms, bathrooms, the kitchen, and the rest.
So here you can just hear our tour guide give us a breakdown of Pablo Escobar mansion and everything that it entailed, from a spa room to a game room. He even had a small airport in the vicinity of his property. So it was pretty awesome hearing all the details.
Until the top. And also in front of us you can see 2 white houses. The biggest one with dark windows on the left belongs to the most famous soccer player in Colombia, called James Rodriguez.
And we finally made it to one of the highlights of the tour, which was visiting El Pinol, which is this huge rock that you get to pay a small fee in order to climb to the top. And there it goes. So these are many of the shops and restaurants that we passed by in order to get to the Pinol. And like I said, you just pay a small fee to climb a series of stairs to get to the top. And obviously, you get to see a lot more from up there. And then our tour also included lunch. Again, a typical Colombian lunch. And this is just a picture I took as we left. And finally, to top our tour, we also got to visit this very vibrant and colorful artistic town called Guatapé. It was just breathtaking to see all these colors and just see how cute it was. This is the sign of Guatapé and the lake view. We also got to ride in these little trucks. The drivers were very informative. They knew obviously a lot about the area they lived in. And we basically just got to explore, walk on our own, go into the different shops. It was just really nice. So this is right outside our Airbnb. And this is us riding in a taxi. I remember one of the taxi drivers telling us to be, to make sure we don't have our phones out because people may snatch them. So on the second day, we decided to go paragliding. This is definitely something I recommend everyone doing. It was an amazing experience. You get to go up in the air, obviously, with an experienced instructor. It was just really nice to get to see the country and just see Medellin as the city. It's definitely cold because you're so, the altitude is so high and it's very windy. But it was definitely worth going. Yeah, I got a little nauseated, but after I told the instructor, he stopped moving so much. And this is just a footage of my friends coming down. It was definitely one of the highlights of our trip to Medellin. And as you can see, this is just more footage. I thought it was interesting that a lot of the slum areas, the more rough areas, were separated by such fences. On our last day, we went to District 13, which is the artistic Afro-Colombian area of Medellin. There's a lot of rich history and arts. You can either pay for a tour guide or you can pay some of the kids that live in the community to give you a tour. We decided to just explore on our own, and of course we also try to support a lot of the local vendors there. And then here we're walking. Next we're going to encounter these young men dancing for a living. I would definitely recommend going to District 13. And then here we got to see a student protest outside of the metro area. We navigated all these places using public transportation, and we got around pretty well. People didn't really bother us. We blended in perfectly. Like I said, I think it's definitely worth visiting Colombia. This is our return back. This is in Miami. Customs, it was long. But I would definitely recommend people to visit Colombia. It's not as bad as people think it is.